I know, I know. Sometimes people wake up, they open up their pantry or their cupboard, and it's a little more bare than they would like it to be. They even look around for a couple of cans of soup to tide them over. Take heart. Sometimes you don't need to reach for that can of soup. Let's talk about it back in a minute. Good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. And I love, love, love helping people to keep some of their hard earned money. How's everybody doing today? And as always, I hope that this audio video finds everybody doing well. Now, many times when people wake up in the morning, they have their coffee, a little bit of breakfast, and then before they either dash out the door, like that lady is on the subway in the picture there, or whatever, or just run some local errands, whatever the case may be, you may look in your cupboard to figure out to plan ahead for the evening meal ahead. And then you think you have more in that cupboard or pantry than you did. Happens to all of us at least one time. Life gets busy, things happen, funds go low. Take heart. You know something? There is always something to eat. If you have a sink with running water, and if you have stuff to put in that water and you could simmer it and make it delicious, you can do it even without the can. This is one of the reasons I highly, highly recommend at the beginning of the month or whenever a person gets their, major league, payout for the month, whatever it is, do this. Strong suggestion, always purchase a jar of, let's say, bouillon cubes. Don't necessarily always have to go for that canned broth. You could get it on sale once in a while, and that's a good thing. But it's so much less money to just buy, let's say, a jar of chicken bouillon or beef bouillon or tomato powder, and you can always make yourself a base for soup. Here is an emergency suggestion for soup. Now, sounds silly, right? Emergency suggestion, but more likely than not, many people keep. Let's call. I say I use the Goya one. I'm just saying I don't make a dime mentioning that company, but I like to use Goya chicken adobo. This is what happened to me one day a couple of years back. I thought I had my chicken bouillon, but I kept using it, not keeping track of it. It was in a little jar, those little cubes, and I wanted to start a new soup because once the weather gets chilly, I like to make a big old pot of soup in the beginning of the week so I have it there anytime I want for the rest of the week. And it's a really good suggestion. I really encourage it. Absolutely helps with saving some money, time, effort, and energy. But getting back to the bouillon, didn't have any. So what I exactly ended up doing was using a chicken adobo. It's like a powder. Just put it in the water and I went ahead, just went forward and made my soup. You would think that I use chicken bouillon. Give this a whirl anytime you can. So this is just one of the strong suggestions that I'm encouraging for those low budget, low pantry, low stockpile things. And this is another reason why, again, I encourage, like, let's say when meals are better and you're too full, don't throw away food. Even if you put it in your own separate container with your own separate color code on a container so that you know it is your ingredients in case you live in a multiple family type situation. And then you could just freeze it. You could always defrost those leftover meat and chicken scraps. Don't let anything go to waste. Vegetable scraps, don't let it go to waste. Freeze it, throw it in that mixture. You don't have to run to the store. You don't have to take money out of your pocket that you may not be able to use until payday, for example. Now, I want to talk to you a minute also about canned condensed soups. They are very convenient. If you could get a good price on them, absolutely get them. But sometimes people use a lot of let's say, cream of chicken soup recipes, like as a base for a casserole or for some other thing or a stew of some sort, whatever. There are ways you can make that from scratch. You do not absolutely have to always reach for the can. So think beyond the can. I'm going to include in the description description box below 2 videos. Very interesting. One comes from my friends, The Long Run with Joel and Christy. And there's a short video that leads you to a longer video for those highly interested. And it's for making cream of chicken soup. It is not difficult, and more than likely, you might even have the ingredients already at home, which is something I always love to encourage. If you have something at home and you could whip it together, there you go. And plus that, it's a little healthier because there's no preservatives, unlike our canned counterparts. Okay, just saying, just saying. Now, there's another recipe. I came across this video. I says, this sounds really good for the tomato soup lover. I love tomato soup. Tomato soup with grilled cheese. I'm telling you, I am in heaven. Simplistic. Perfect on a rainy, dank night. Like you come home, you got the little bit of the shivers. Oh my gosh, put that thing together. Kids love it. Totally kid friendly, extremely wallet friendly. But let's say you want to try, instead of the canned one, let's say you want to try your own from scratch, so to speak. It does involve a can of tomatoes. However, the rest of it is with fresh ingredients. And guess what? There's only 3 ingredients. I say that that's a good thing. And let's go back to method for a minute, okay? Many times people start entering the bare bones time of the month. Let's say a person's normal paycheck is the beginning of the month. Some people get paid once a month. That's horrible, I have to say. Some people get paid on the beginning of the month, let's say on the 1st and the 15th. That's also not fun. The ones that still get paid weekly, boy, oh boy, you do not realize how lucky you are. It is so easy to manage it in that manner, in my opinion. But that's really for another show. But for people that enter, many people enter the second half of the month as I call it, skinny chicken time of the month. Okay. I've had many videos that I've done before on the fat cat and skinny chicken time of the month. So let's call it bare bones recipe time of the month. Okay. This is when funds are limited and the month seems like there's more month than money. And that could be really, really tough. That's why it's important to keep all the components you can. Just a couple of quick tips. Okay. In the beginning of the month, when you go shopping for groceries, buy that extra loaf of bread. Buy that extra package of sliced cheese. The ones that I know a lot of people complain about it being like plastic. I don't know how proven that is, but I do know this. It's a great melting cheese on a cheeseburger. It is. It is. It makes a great, what do you call it? Grilled cheese sandwich. So usually those are pretty affordable. So even if you get the store brand, keep a couple of those things handy. By having that extra loaf of bread, sliced bread in the freezer, by having that cheese available. That way, when you wake up and you think you have more in your cupboard than you do, you always know you can make your own tomato soup or your own chicken soup and still make a grilled cheese sandwich. You have yourself a complete meal for yourself and for your family for those tough days. Not to mention, how about the days you just don't feel great? So these are things to oftentimes keep in mind. It's not only about price, it is too also about convenience. And convenience can be a good thing. Whoever said convenience is a bad thing, they just don't understand convenience, especially if you got the sniffles, body aches, or just don't feel good, or you're very busy. Life happens. All right, everybody. Hope that this helps. And if you found any value in this video, don't forget to smash down what? The like button. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you. Take good care.